It was a scene that left the Cincinnati crowd stunned and silent. Danielle Collins, one of the fiercest competitors on the WTA Tour, known for her intense focus and fearless attitude, suddenly found herself at the center of an emotional and distressing moment that unfolded in front of thousands of fans. What started as a competitive match quickly turned into something no one expected, a raw and very human display of frustration, heartbreak, and vulnerability. The atmosphere at the Cincinnati Open had been electric all day. Fans were on the edge of their seats, anticipating a strong performance from Collins. She had been in great form recently, showing flashes of brilliance and the determination that has made her a fan favorite. But as the match progressed, it became clear that something was wrong. Her timing seemed off, unforced errors began to pile up, and the visible frustration on her face was growing with every point that slipped away. Midway through a tense game, Collins looked over at her player box. Her team, the people she trusts most during these high-pressure moments. Instead of her usual composed self, she yelled something in their direction, her voice cracking with emotion. It wasn't clear exactly what she said, but the intensity was undeniable. The crowd fell into an uneasy hush, sensing that this was more than just a momentary outburst. She returned to the baseline, but her body language told the story. Shoulders slumped, eyes darting toward her team between points, her frustration seemed to be eating away at her focus. Every missed shot deepened the tension. At one point, she visibly shook her head, muttering under her breath, as though fighting an internal battle that had nothing to do with her opponent. Then came the breaking point. After losing a critical game, Collins walked toward her bench, but instead of sitting down, she stood for a moment, her racket dangling at her side. She glanced one more time toward her team, her expression a mix of disbelief and hurt, before slamming her racket into her bag. Her breathing was heavy, her face flushed, and then, suddenly, her eyes welled up with tears. The cameras captured every second. Collins raised her hand toward the chair umpire, signaling something, then grabbed a towel and briefly covered her face. When she pulled it away, it was clear she was crying. A few words were exchanged with the umpire, but they were too quiet for the microphones to catch. She then turned toward the exit, walking briskly past the net without even glancing at her opponent. What shocked everyone wasn't just that she left the court, it was the fact that she didn't take any of her bags with her. Her racket bag, her water bottles, her personal belongings, all of it remained sitting by her bench as she stormed toward the tunnel. It was a visual symbol of just how overwhelmed she must have felt in that moment, as though she simply needed to get away immediately, no matter what she left behind. Fans in the stands gasped and whispered to each other, unsure of what they had just witnessed. Social media lit up instantly, with clips of her departure spreading within minutes. Some fans expressed concern, others speculated about possible injuries or off-court issues, and many simply sent messages of support, recognizing how much pressure professional athletes face on a daily basis. Those close to the sport know that Danielle Collins is a fighter. She has overcome major health challenges in her career, battled her way through injuries, and proven time and time again that she can rise to the occasion. That's why this moment felt so heavy, because for someone as tough as Collins to walk away like that, it must have been the result of something truly weighing her down. Behind the scenes, it's not uncommon for players to have disagreements or emotional moments with their teams. These are high-stakes environments, where adrenaline, pressure, and personal pride collide. Sometimes, all it takes is one frustrating exchange, one look, or one unspoken tension to push things over the edge. Whether Collins' emotional reaction was the result of strategic disagreements, physical pain, or simply the emotional toll of competition, we may never know the full story. What is clear, though, is that this wasn't just a case of a player losing her cool. The tears, the abrupt walk-off, and leaving her bags behind all point to a deeper emotional strain. It's a reminder that behind the powerful serves and fierce forehands, athletes are still human beings, vulnerable, emotional, and capable of breaking under the weight of it all. As the news spread, other players and former champions reached out publicly to show their support. Many shared messages encouraging her to take care of herself, to step away if needed, and to remember that one bad day doesn't erase years of hard work and success. Fans flooded her social media pages with comments of love and encouragement, telling her that her mental health matters more than any match result. By the time officials confirmed her withdrawal from the match, speculation had shifted toward concern. Was this a sign of a lingering injury? Was she dealing with personal matters away from the court? Or was it simply an emotional breaking point after weeks of intense competition? Her team did not immediately release a statement, leaving the public to piece together the narrative from the images and videos that were already circulating worldwide. Moments like this have the power to define how we view athletes, not as invincible competitors, but as people who can feel pain, frustration, and exhaustion just like anyone else. For Collins, this incident may become a turning point. Sometimes, it takes a moment of vulnerability in front of the world to trigger the changes necessary for healing and growth. When Danielle Collins eventually returns to the court, there's no doubt the crowd will be behind her more than ever. Fans respect not only her talent, but her raw honesty in moments like this. The image of her walking off the Cincinnati court without her bags will stay in people's minds, but so will the understanding that this is what pressure looks like when it becomes too much. The Cincinnati Open will move on without her, but this incident will be talked about for a long time. It's a snapshot of the emotional reality of professional sports, a world where victories are celebrated, but the toll it takes on mind and body often goes unseen until a moment like this. For now, all anyone can hope is that Collins is surrounded by the right support, that she's able to regroup, and that she can return to competition with her trademark fire and determination. And when that day comes, every cheer from the stands will carry a little extra meaning, because the fans will know they're watching not just a player, but a person who has faced the storm and found her way back.